What's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest edition of the RiOT Comedy Podcast presented by RiOT. Shout out RiOT, natural spring water, keeping us healthy and hydrated over here at RiOT.
Yeah.
We've been gone for a week after taking a couple weeks off due to fires and whatnot. We got to catch up on NFL. There's crazy stuff happening in the NBA right now. So let's get into it.
It's all over
NFC. Yeah, NBA is wild right now. We'll start with football, NFC, AFC Championship. We'll start there and move back into NBA. Initial thoughts from the games and what we got going on for the Super Bowl. Chiefs, Eagles.
My initial thoughts are a rookie quarterback lost to go to the Super Bowl probably. And
For sure.
Josh Allen lost to the Chiefs. Whoa, everybody.
Right.
Crazy
No
stuff.
shockers on either of
Crazy
those
stuff
fronts.
happening in the NFL, everybody. It was funny because before the game started, I was talking to Trent and our other brother Dylan, and they were like, "Oh man, I can't wait for the AFC game." I was like, I want to watch the NFC game maybe more, and they were like, "Are you serious?" I was like, I mean, obviously the Chiefs Bills game is probably the game to watch, but like, I have a feeling it's going to be same song and dance, everybody. And
Absolutely. It was a better game, though.
oh, without question, it was a better game. Like I didn't enjoy that. I mean, that Philly game was never close.
Right.
It was never actually
And that's
close.
That's kind of what I expected.
But I wanted the
Not for
Eagles to
it
lose.
Yeah,
That
me
was the
too.
intriguing
Yeah, I was
part
gonna
to me
say
is
Jaden Daniels in there.
Yeah, I hate the Eagles, dog. I hate them. I hate your fans. I hate you, Eagles. Just to let you know, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. And it's not out of like anything too spiteful. It's just we're Rams fans, and like in the NFC, it's been Niners, Eagles, Rams. Like we've been pretty solid teams for the last decade. And you guys have been to 2 Super Bowls. The Niners have been to 2 in the last decade. We've been to 2 Super Bowls in the last decade. Like we kind of just rule shit in the NFC. So that was one of the reasons why I don't like the Eagles. If you guys go back to sucking, I don't care about your existence.
It's just respect. It's out of
Yeah.
respect we don't like them.
Yeah, I'm just overwatching you guys be good. Niners, I hate you
And the
regardless.
thing is, we've been to the Super Bowl twice in the last decade, probably like twice within the last 7 years or so.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when we don't go to the Super Bowl, we're not very good. And those other teams, like the Eagles and Niners, are usually still good if they don't go to the Super Bowl.
However,
We're just
Sean
like-
McVay only has 1 year where he wasn't over 500.
No, we've been solid in the McVay era for
We've
sure.
made the playoffs probably 5 out of 6 years, maybe 6 out of 7 years, 5 out of 6, I think,
Yeah.
and been to 2 Super Bowls. So I ain't mad at it.
Nah, I'll take that. Any
Hell
time.
yeah.
Give me that.
So, but yeah, Eagles. I wanted to watch them lose. I kind of wanted to watch Jaden Daniels in the Super Bowl just because it hadn't happened before.
Same.
And now it's just nobody wanted this. Everybody, nobody wanted this Super Bowl.
Do we got to watch the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl every year and then just take turns beating the Niners and the Eagles? Is that what we're gonna do?
I think they've been 5 out of the last 6 years. I believe. Yes,
Who's that?
the Chiefs. Only team to ever do it. So
Yeah.
it's coming kind of just a
And,
Chiefs Bowl.
Real talk. But
What
if
we
they,
need to do-
the
we
3
need to-
Super Bowls they won though, 2 was against the Niners and 1 against the Eagles. So if they win this, is
Yeah, Patrick
same song
Mahomes has
and
all of his Super Bowl wins against the Niners and Eagles if he wins this. All of them.
yeah.
But what we should do is start that PC thing again where we knock the Chiefs for doing the tomahawk chop and say their name is disrespectful and get everybody all
Cancel the
riled
Chiefs
up.
at all costs.
Yeah, get people all riled up and tell them that the way they do the national anthem is unpatriotic. And
It's unpatriotic. It's racist.
oh yeah,
It's
all of it.
It's disrespectful to America. It's a spit right in America's face.
If there's anybody that knows racism, it's white people. We know all about it. So it's racist and it's unpatriotic. And I would even go as far as to say
Cancel
maybe
the
even
Chiefs.
sexist.
They're racist.
It might even be sexist because I don't know if there's ever a female chief. So therefore, they're saying that I feel like it could be sexist. So get the Chiefs canceled, everybody. Maybe this is our best bet instead of thinking we can beat them on the
Cancel
field.
the Chiefs.
Maybe it's just time to just spread nasty rumors and lies. And maybe Travis Kelce's led by lizard people and Taylor Swift's a robot and all kinds of stuff. The referee talk's
Something.
not bringing them down.
Something.
So we
Everyone
gotta-
get out there and do your best to spread rumors about the Chiefs and distract them.
Yeah, dude. Sexist, racist, fucking intolerant, inbred cunts.
We
All that.
got a week and a half to spread as many rumors as possible about the Chiefs.
And then, but
Start
the thing
spreading
is
the
like
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift breakup rumors.
they unfortunately for everybody though, the Chiefs are in Missouri and everybody will be like, yeah, we are. Yeah. Yeah. So, and I live, guys, just to let you know, I live in Missouri full time. Not a Chiefs fan. I live in Missouri full time. This is where I live. I live in the middle of it, live in the heart of it. I got a lot of love for Missouri, so I'll call them as racist and backwards as I want. I'll do that. But it's
Right.
not. It's
Everyone
not
in the
actually a
world
knock
is a
on
little
Missouri,
bit. It's
guys.
okay.
Unless you say Missouri, I ain't got no beef with you. But yeah, sexist and racist, Doug. That's what we got to do. We got to bring them down. We got to bring them down like we bring down everybody.
Spread the rumors. Cancel the Chiefs.
Yep. We need Jimmy Kimmel to cry about him on his TV show and throw a hissy fit. And we'll get him out of here, guys, together. But that's my take on the football season. It's like, oh, the team that was, won 13 games and the team that won 15 games, the team that looked like, the best all-around team in the NFC and the team that looked like the best all-around team in the AFC made the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's what I kind of thought. Like, I never thought the Lions had a chance once you started seeing their defense giving up 30 a night.
Right.
I actually predicted they lose to the Commanders. I was almost racist and called them the R-skins. That's my bad. I thought they were going to lose to. I actually called the Commanders lost. You like that R-skins? I got to shorten this. But yeah,
that sounds
I
way
almost
more racist than Redskins.
I know. Sounds so much worse. It sounds like I'm almost calling them like special needs skins, because you can't say the R word. I'll say it under my breath when we get off here, though. But yeah. I thought, honestly, if you want to watch good football, though, like these are the two teams we didn't want to watch, but if you do want to sit down and watch good football, this is what we want.
This is what we want.
And I actually saw this dude on a...
Sorry, go ahead.
I saw this dude on a podcast the other day, and he was talking about how like maybe the Ravens and the Eagles have kind of figured out the NFL, because if you look at the NFL a decade ago, linebackers were much bigger. And everybody goes with a smaller, faster linebacker now to cover these wide receivers. But, like, if you don't have a guy that's 260 coming up the middle to crush Saquon, he going to break tackles and get loose.
Yeah.
So, this is a really, really fun kind of thing. But the Chiefs are, like, statistically the best tackling team in football. They have a Chris Jones. They have a good pass rush. They have Steve Spagnuolo, who's probably earned a chance to be a head coach again. I don't like Spags because I'm a Rams fan, and he was our head coach for a little bit before he was ready, and it made me want to throw up. But he deserves a head coaching job. But I think this is two contrasting styles of football, and I'm here for it to watch good football. Don't like either team, but I do want to watch good football.
One thing I do want to say about Spags, when he was coaching the Rams, he was in a really tough position whenever we were trying to lose. So let's give him a tiny bit of credit, and I am with you that he's earned the right to get another shot at a head coaching position.
Consistently, the Chiefs team is good, and consistently they have to give up good players on defense because of the salary cap issues, and consistently they draft good defenders, and he consistently develops these players quickly.
Absolutely.
What else are you supposed to do as a coach? I look back at what Mike Tomlin said when people are like, "Well, he wasn't NFL ready." He's like, "You just didn't coach him. What do you mean? This dude's been in the NFL for like 9 months, and he's not. And you telling me that he's not an NFL player? He's like, why don't you turn him into one?"
Right.
So, but if somebody consistently overachieves or consistently develops talent, it's not just because the GM drafts good players. It's because the coaches do their job.
For sure. This game, though, so with Chiefs Eagles, like 2 years ago, that was one of the better Super Bowls we've watched recently. I feel like. And Eagles got Saquon now, so I'm expecting a really good game.
Yeah, I also expect a good game. I think this narrative that, like, because the Chiefs don't blow out anybody anyways. Like, let's be honest, like they don't blow out anybody. It's kind of like
they do what they got to do to win, and that's that.
They're kind of like the Muhammad Ali of football. They kind of just let you hang around, and then like in the last round, like here's this fucking kill shot you didn't see coming. You're like, what the fuck happened? I thought I was in the game the whole time. I thought you never even had your car though. I almost had. You never even had your car, dude. Shout out Fast and the Furious, R.I.P. Paulie boy. But like, did you actually? So, but I do think the Eagles are the one team that does have their car, because when you have the best offensive line in football and you have the best running back, when you can control the clock in an NFL game and give your defense consistent rest, I do think that puts you ahead of most teams. But the one thing that the Eagles cannot do, and this is what everyone's like, oh, play your brand of football. Like, don't fall for the trap and think that you have to go for fourth downs like the Bills. Like, don't fall for these traps where you do big momentum shifts out of nowhere, because everybody's saying that, oh, the Bills had that first down. It was so obvious. Maybe the head of the football touched the first down. It was not a clear-cut first down, no matter what anybody wants to say, and I am not a Chiefs fan. I am a Chiefs hater. But that was not a clear-cut first down. If you wanted to
they should have measured, though, right? They should have measured.
My thing about it is, though, is if you don't want them to have to measure, maybe you actually get a full yard and a half. Why don't you get the ball over the first down? I don't need a measurement to tell me
Because you don't
that
have
if you
to.
you should have to get 2 yards. Then get 2 yards. That is the worst QB sneak job I've ever seen throughout a football game.
It was. It was bad. All the way around the whole game. It was like, what are y'all doing?
The Chiefs are consistently stopping you on your QB sneaks throughout the game. They're going to get the benefit of the doubt that they did it again. So do not blame the refs. And the Bills haven't. So I'm not saying the Bills are. But, don't blame the refs, everybody. Blame those play calls because, Josh Allen runs up the left side QB sneak. Oh, shit, it's the same play call every time. So right. I don't want to hear that. I think it's messy to get into this. Do I think the Chiefs get the benefit of the doubt sometimes? Yeah. But I'm reminded by a referee telling Michael Jordan, did he hit you? I didn't see it, Michael. If you said he did it, I'll believe you. He hit me. Boop! Foul on number such and such. So, and everybody gets calls. Everybody gets the benefit. Yeah. TJ Watt is going to get more holding calls. Aaron Donald's going to get more holding when he was in the NFL. TJ Watt, these guys are going to get more holding calls than other guys because if they don't get to the quarterback, referees are going to say the only way he didn't get to the quarterback was he must be getting held. And they're going to look for it on TJ Watt because there's no way this is happening unless he's getting held. This is what great players get the benefit of the doubt because more times than not, they're better than the person they're playing against. That is why. So I just don't want. I'm just getting tired of people complaining about it. You know what I mean? I think it's ridiculous. I think that it's like a crybaby mentality.
Luckily, we only got one game left, so then we'll have a 6-7 month break until we get to listen to it again.
So if you were, this is the last thing I'll talk about football. Just because I'm curious. If you're Travis Kelce, are you retiring if you three-peat? Or do you go for number 4 in a row? Because, do you see how many you can win?
I don't think I would have it in me to go out on top.
That's how I feel, too.
I could never do it. I could never. If I'm Michael Jordan in the 90s, I'm not retiring. I'm not retiring either time. I'm not retiring until I lose. I'm winning every single year. Whenever I finally lose, I'll be like, all right, someone finally knocked me off. Now I can step away because I know I'm not the best anymore. I can't step away
I'm reminded by Tom Brady when he won a championship with the Bucks, and everybody's like he should have retired. And in hindsight, should he have retired? Is it a better story? Yes, but I'm with you. I can't win a fucking championship and look at myself being like I think I could win another one and not go for it.
Right.
I have to go for it. I don't have a choice. I have to go for it.
Even if I'm Tom Brady and I got 7 rings, if I would have retired after that last one, it would always bother me and be like, man, we probably could have repeated.
Exactly. That's the thing. Damn, I felt like I could have got number 8.
Yeah, definitely. I would have to walk away knowing I couldn't have won any more rings.
I'm exactly the same way. I ain't going out on top. No one can make me. I'd probably go out on bottom if it's me, dog. I'd probably pull a jelly bean, dog, and I feel like this is my last year. I'm gonna get up 30 shots a night and just go out.
17 games in the NBA, and I'm just out here getting paid and having fun
and getting checks, dog. At the end of the day, I've been through this ringer a lot, and I'm just gonna enjoy my last year and move on and get gifts from everybody and move on.
Yeah.
And speaking of moving on, NBA Buck Wild trade deadline is actually exactly in 1 week from today. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah. Trade deadline is exactly 1 week from today. Everybody. Question I have to you is, what team needs to make a trade to solidify their chance to go to the NBA Finals? We'll start with the Western Conference because you live on the West Coast, and it's just a stupid fucking reason to do it. So team in the Western Conference that you feels like they need to make a trade to solidify themselves in the NBA Finals. And who is it? Or a type of player they need? And I can fill in the blanks possibly.
I think Denver, like we talked about last time, they're a piece away. I don't think OKC needs to make any moves. I don't think the Mavericks necessarily need to make a move. I think they probably should, but I don't think that's necessary. I think they can have everything rocking and rolling in the playoffs and get it done. And then obviously the Lakers, if they make the right move, I do think they can get in the mix and win the West. But it's a big move, so I'm not even going to talk about the Lakers and what they can do because they're also not going to do anything.
Correct.
But I think Denver.
Who?
If you had, what would you say?
Who do you think they should go get?
I think they need a sniper. They need a.
Well, they have Michael Porter Jr. They have a sniper. I don't think that's the issue, right?
Yeah, but I don't. Michael Porter Jr. pisses me off because he takes too many shots,
True.
and
I
he's
mean,
not like a really good all around basketball player.
how would you feel about like a, a Jamal Murray for De'Aaron Fox trade? Obviously, you're going to have to sweeten the pot if you're Denver.
I would love that because Jamal Murray's health. I would take that in a heartbeat. And
Do you
I
worry?
think
Do you worry
what'd you
about
say?
Russell Westbrook and De'Aaron Fox in the starting lineup together, or no?
No, no, I don't. I think between I think Joker is what really makes it different. You know,
Yeah,
if this
agreed.
was if this was a handful of years ago and Russ was still at his peak and he didn't have a dude like Joker and Russ is still the best player on the team, then yeah, I wouldn't pair him and De'Aaron Fox. But Joker changes everything, and also Russ is in a very different phase of his career right now, and I love what I'm seeing out of him in Denver. So I think that would actually be a super good pickup
Yeah.
because Jokic is he's that dude.
There's two trades that I look at, and I'm going to leave Jimmy Butler to Memphis off the table since Jimmy Butler's refusing that because I think that that's like a move that shakes the NBA to its core. But I'm going to stick with the Grizzlies. I'll start with OKC first. I think that Oklahoma City Thunder needs a backup. I think they need somebody coming off their bench that can like control the offense a little bit, at least like a point. Like you don't look at the OKC Thunder and be like who's their backup point or who's another guy who could bring the ball up the court consistently. I look at Colin Sexton. I like Colin Sexton to Oklahoma City. I think that's great. Dude is shooting like, I think he splits this year. I could be wrong, but it's going to be pretty close. Or 47, 41, and 88 are his splits this year. He's averaging 18 points a game, right around on under 30 minutes a game. Now he's not the best playmaker out there, but I like the lightning rod aspect off the bench. Another like quick young guy that can get shit done when Shea's not in the game. When Shea's not in the game, they struggle really, really, really bad. Like their efficiency's down like 18%, or whatever that stupid points per possession is 120. Well, it goes from like 120 to 104, whatever that stupid stat is. I look at that move, and I look at that as a move that makes a lot of sense because I don't know if OKC has it. I think they're the best team in the West, but I do look at them and say, man, like, are you really going to let, like, the Lakers go get De'Aaron Fox and not make a move? Are you going to let, possibly the Nuggets add something? Like, staying put and hoping other teams don't get better is something
Risky
you shouldn't
business.
do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And now look at the Memphis Grizzlies. And I brought this straight up to you yesterday, and, some people will think I'm dumb because they're similar. But I like De'Aaron Fox to the Grizzlies. And him and Ja together. Number one, Ja's health is, like, shaky sometimes. And I think having De'Aaron Fox there to just take the ball out of his hands half the game is important. And I do think that if you have the most athletic and the most athletic and quickest backcourt in the NBA by a large margin, I think that makes you better than most people. And I know their defense could struggle a little bit because they're both a little bit small. But you have Jaren Jackson Jr. and Zach Edey, and they're eating up the paint. You have a defensive player of the year. You got Jaren Jackson Jr. Marcus Smart needs to go anyways because he's just not it. So get rid of him anyways, and just like whatever first-round picks you got, give to the Kings. But I like that move. I think that move sets you apart from a lot of teams because you need to be able to run the fast break in the NBA. If everybody's going to just sit around and shoot stupid-ass three-pointers all day long, well, we're going to fucking dunk the ball then. We're going to be bigger, more athletic than everybody, and you're bigger than them because Zach Edey's 7'4", and Jaren Jackson's got like a 7'1" wingspan, and he's like 6'10", and you just come to go get a small forward who can play some defense in there too. But if you can somehow and if you have to let Desmond Bane go in this, like, I don't care. Like, Desmond Bane, Marcus Smart, 2 first-round picks, somebody else, you just have to get it done. But I think that that's a move that they should make. People will call me crazy, but it's a fantastic move. Sometimes you got to zag when everybody's zigging.
Do you think Zach LaVine will ever get moved? He's been wanting out of Chicago for years, and they just won't trade him.
Well, he said this year he doesn't really care about getting out of Chicago. I don't think he's ever really asked to leave Chicago. I think Chicago's wanted him to leave more than anything. But I don't know because Chicago might be able to fight for a play-in spot this year. Chicago would rather fucking get a play-in spot than the 1 pick because they're fucking stupid. So, it's just one of those things where, I don't know. I think that this could be the year. I think that there's some teams calling about him. I think that I think the Bulls are going to be more realistic about what they can get for him in a trade, and I think that if you see Vucevic get moved, I think that Zach LaVine's the natural domino to fall next. I think that makes a ton of sense to do. It looks like the Lakers aren't going to do anything special, but maybe get Miles Turner, which I love the move, but I think that's what they do. But enough from the West Coast. We move on to East. What's a team that has to make a move in the East to get to the finals? And who is that player?
Well, I think there's really, I think the Knicks could possibly beat Boston as they're constructed. I wouldn't pick them to, but I think they could possibly do it. I think it's really important for Milwaukee to make a move. And
that makes sense. You think? I hope they get Jimmy Butler. That's all I want in life.
I was gonna say I hope they can pull off a Jimmy Butler deal somehow.
Or even Zach LaVine.
Awesome fit there. He was gonna be my next guy. They need another running athlete.
Perimeter.
Zach LaVine will fire on the team.
Yeah.
I would
makes
love
sense.
to see Zach LaVine on the squad.
I agree. I
think he makes the most sense.
I think Zach LaVine's a better fit than Jimmy. I think Jimmy's a better player for the playoffs, so I think you should probably go with Jimmy. But I think Zach LaVine makes more sense basketball-wise.
That's how I feel. Exactly the same.
He's a better pull-up shooter than Jimmy. He's a better catch-and-shoot three-point shooter than Jimmy. I don't need Jimmy out here backing people down and get out of the paint. This is Giannis's area. I think a small move the Knicks could make that makes sense is Valanciunas from the Wizards. He's going to be super cheap.
That would be fire.
I think that makes sense. I think that if they could pull off a trade for Vucevic, I don't know how that would go with contracts, though. If you're the Knicks, you don't want to get rid of any key piece that you got. But if you could somehow get rid of Mitchell Robinson and another decent bench player and a first, that maybe you have a first-round pick left from the Cat trade, I don't know. And he's your backup big, I think that makes a ton of sense. And even him and Cat getting minutes together, maybe 10 minutes a night to test it out to see what it looks like, I think makes sense. Since Cat is such a good perimeter shooter, makes sense.
For sure.
But I think those moves make sense for the Knicks. I think the Knicks and Bucks. I think Cam Johnson to the Cavs is the only answer for them at this point. I heard somebody bring up, it was Kendrick Perkins. He said that they should get Jeremy Grant. Why would you even say Jeremy Grant is going to bog down their books so bad that they're going to have to get rid of one of their core four pieces to even have him? And Jeremy Grant is one of the most overrated players in NBA history, and he's lost a step. What are we even talking about here? No, Kendrick Perkins, no. You just say things on TV. Get the fuck out of here, dude. That makes no sense. So, not trying to hate on Kendrick Perkins, but arguably the worst TV analyst we've had in the last 25 years. Arguably the worst.
No argument there.
So, and he just says outlandish things just to be on TV. It's fucking annoying. He just says stupid shit and mean shit.
That's what you gotta do on TV. That's how they all do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you say shit about your ex-player, you're almost a fucking sellout, dog. And I don't mean that. As far as a sports teammate goes, if my teammate was on there talking reckless, dog, you don't gotta be that dude. You don't gotta be that dude hating on everybody and shit, dog. You ain't even. Sure. I don't know. It's each their own, dog. But fuck off. And that's okay, Kendrick Perkins. If you never want to work with us, I prefer not to. Anywho, but yeah, that's kind of what I see coming out of the East. Now, as far as realistic things that are going to happen in the NBA, I think that this is a quieter deadline than we want. I think that I don't think De'Aaron Fox is going to get moved. I think the Kings' asking price is going to be too much. I think the Kings even wanting picks and good players right now is stupid. Are you going to try to pair up some decent players with Sabonis and play just under 500 basketball so you can have the fucking 10 pick in the draft?
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't see the point in any of these things. Fuck your stupid beam. Light it every 15 wins you get for the whole season. Get a 1 pick, dude. What are you doing?
Right. Light that beam when you get the 1 pick. When you win the fucking draft lottery, light that beam then.
What are we doing? What are we
start over?
These teams that are okay with mediocrity, dog. It's time to get them out of the league. It's time to because we've talked about it for a while.
I've been saying this, man.
Oh, also, by the way, a trade that I wanted to bring up that I forgot to bring up is De'Aaron Fox to the Magic would kick ass.
De'Aaron Fox to the Magic would be fire.
Because him with Paolo and the Wagner brothers actually makes a lot of basketball sense.
No doubt.
And kind of shift this power a little bit to where oh shit, Now we kind of have like this weird four-headed monster in the East of like Cavs, Knicks, Celtics, Magic. Like we kind of have this weird little thing going where it's like now we're having some fun in the second round of the playoffs, everybody. Like now shit's fun. So I actually think that move makes a lot of sense, and I do think that it makes them a contender next year. This year, I don't know. Getting them at the trade deadline makes it difficult. And Wagner's hurt right now. He should be back before the playoffs, but give those dudes like a nice little like 20-game stretch together, an offseason to get it together. Palo, Fox, Wagner. I mean, Wagner played great when Palo was out. Like they gave him a big fat contract, and everybody's like, maybe you overpaid for this guy. Maybe you didn't need to give him this fat ass rookie extension, and it totally paid off. And shout out to the Magic for doing that. You know, sometimes we say these guys are overpaid, but there's one thing that you can count on these cats from overseas doing. It's fucking working hard. So,
no doubt.
Shout out the Magic for making that shit work. They have pieces to trade. They have draft picks. You know, it's kind of like whenever the Nuggets went out and got Aaron Gordon. Sometimes you got to overpay for somebody to make that move. And I think this is the move.
Yeah.
This is the move. And at least, like, you know, I said they should have got Trae Young, and they didn't, and I think that a lot of teams regret that. But De'Aaron Fox is wildly more athletic, and I think that in itself makes him more valuable than pretty much anybody else on the trade market. And another thing that we had talked about yesterday on the phone was if it was possible for the Spurs to swing a trade for Jimmy and De'Aaron Fox. We were talking about that, like if that was somehow possible with all their young talent, with all their draft picks. Is it possible to do that? By the way, they own the Pelicans pick this year.
The Spurs do?
Yeah.
Nice.
No. They own the Hawks pick. Sorry. They own the Hawks pick, but the Hawks just lost their second best player, and they're fucking 4 games below 500 now, and they're trending down. So, like, you have that pick. You have your own first-round pick when you're below 500. You got some young talent on there. Give Jimmy his 2-year extension that he wants. And you have Wemby on a rookie contract. Like, Fox, Butler, Wemby. The only thing you got to risk is if Jimmy doesn't want to play there after a season of him being a fucking baby. But it might be worth the risk. That's interesting. But I like De'Aaron Fox to the Magic just for a pure basketball watching standpoint in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Yeah, I could get down with that for sure.
It would be awesome. It would be awesome. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. And then before we go, quick pick. We'll talk more in detail about it on our next podcast. But who you got in the Super Bowl?
Birds.
Such a liar. Such a liar.
Eagles.
Yeah, fucking right. You lying piece of shit. You know you're not picking the Eagles. If you had to put your whole bank account on who's going to win the Super Bowl, no spreads, no nothing, you're going to put it on the Eagles. Be honest.
Oh man. If I had to put my whole bank account on the Super Bowl, if someone made me do that, I would run away. I ain't doing it.
You're putting it on the Chiefs.
You know, my mind tells me to pick the Chiefs, but I just have a feeling that Philly's going to pull it off.
And that's okay, because Philly is super good. Like, talking to our other brother, Justin, you've heard me mention some names. We have a lot of siblings. Not like mixed family and shit, though.
He thinks it's going to be an ass whooping. He thinks the Chiefs are going to kick their ass. I was talking to him about it, too. I'm like, I don't know about all that, man. We got a good Super Bowl 2 years ago, and this Eagles team is way better than they were 2 years ago.
Agreed. So, we'll leave it at that, though.
Who you got? So, you're taking the Chiefs, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
If you're telling. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Dude. Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs. I hope they lose. Like, it's weird because I want to see a three-peat. I really, truly, honestly want to see a three-peat. But living in Missouri full-time, man, these fans, they're insufferable. God damn. My father-in-law...
Other teams' fans are awful no matter where you live. Like, no matter who... Like, especially if the team is good, their fans are just awful. No matter... It's not even like a regional, it's not a certain team. It's everybody's fans are awful to be around.
But my father-in-law is like buying my son fucking Chiefs clothes to wear on the Super Bowl when this is fucking horns up country, dog. Now my fucking wife...
The Chiefs clothes are fireplace starters.
I know, dog. My fucking wife was watching the Chiefs-Bills game with me, and she doesn't watch fucking football because no offense to anybody, but my woman doesn't watch sports. and it's for this exact reason. Like, she was like, "Oh shit, we're going to the Super Bowl." I'm like, "Who is we? You haven't watched a Chiefs game in a decade. Like, who is we?" And she's like, "We're going to the Super Bowl." And like all of her fucking stupid coworkers are like, "We're wearing Chiefs gear all week." And she's like, "Honey, I gotta go spend some money on Chiefs gear." And I'm like, "No, you're fucking not. Okay." Like, no, you're not. Like, we're not playing into this stupid fucking game of like all of a sudden you're gonna wear Chiefs clothes because they're in their third fucking. They might win a third Super Bowl in a row. Like, we're like, come on, like, stop. Your husband does.
If you wanted to be a Chiefs fan, you should have been doing it 6 years ago when they won their first Super Bowl. It's too
1,000%, dog. And like,
too fucking
nah,
late for
man.
that shit.
Fucking horns up, dog. And like, you don't need. Like, I'm the biggest Rams fan in the world, and I ain't walking around in Rams gear, fucking talking shit. Like, stop. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I always said this. You know, I was like, man. I was like, these dudes and these women that like are both sports fans that get in arguments because you'll see a dude who's from Alabama marry another fucking chick from Alabama, and one's an Alabama fan, one's an Auburn fan, and they're like, "Oh, fucking Roll Tide," and the other one, whatever fucking stupid Auburn fans say. And it's just like, okay, like, how do you guys argue about these things? And the very second my wife was like, "We're going to the Super Bowl," I thought, man, if it was a Rams Chiefs Super Bowl and she like got in my face about like the Chiefs winning, I would be upset.
If it's a Rams Chiefs Super Bowl and your wife has never been a sports fan, if she is not rooting for the same team as you, that's grounds for divorce.
Yeah. It's not going to cause domestic violence or anything. Like, that shit's crazy, dog. That shit's crazy. Like, so there was a Super Bowl ad a couple years ago, or maybe last year, whenever, like Tubi had a fucking Super Bowl ad where like it just looked like the game cut out. And then like a Tubi screen popped up, like somebody took the remote and changed it to Tubi. And there was like a bunch of like domestic violence disputes over that commercial because of men being like, "Did you take the fucking remote? What the fuck are you doing? Like, turn the fucking game back on, bitch." Like, and I saw this one story. This chick's boyfriend freaked out and punched a hole in the wall and called her a bitch and a cunt and was like, "You turn the fucking game off." And I'm like, I'm sorry, are you playing in this? Are you playing in this game? No, you got a $5,000 parlay on this motherfucker.
Shit.
Dog, I'm just like, wow. Like, I can't imagine ever getting so mad at my wife that I punch a hole in the wall unless, like if you don't catch your wife, if you don't catch your wife mid-pump from another man, I can't imagine being so mad at her I punch a hole in the wall. Like, no matter what she says to me, no matter what she does to me, like, she can smack me in the face. It's happened before. It's not a big deal. I used to fuck up a lot. Like, it never got so mad I punched a hole in the wall. Ever. Never got so mad I swung in the air. Like, it's just some wild shit to be like, "You turn the game off?" Yeah. Like, even if my wife did it to be funny. I saw this one video.
Even if it wasn't a commercial, it was probably on accident. How are you going to trip out that hard on it?
I mean, you look at everybody that takes shit too serious. Like, you look at a gamer, and I ain't knocking gamers, dog. Like, do you. I fucking video game too, dog. But, like, imagine, like, I saw this one chick, and the video was probably, like, you know, you can't trust nothing on social. It's probably staged, but she deleted her boyfriend's whole entire 2K profile for playing 2K too much. Mm-hmm. And, like, I wonder how some people would respond if their girls did delete, like, all their video games off their shit and all their progress on it because they play video games too much. Like, to see their reaction. And, like, the only way that you should be super upset is if you make a living off of it.
Real shit.
That's it. But if you just game a lot because, like, you bored and shit and you ain't got shit to do and you ain't getting money and shit and you just play video games all the time and your chick erases it, dog, and you freak the fuck out, dog, like, whoa.
You deserved it.
Hell yeah, you deserve that shit, dog.
If you're out here wasting all your time playing video games and you ain't got no bread, that's fine. But if you got a woman, it's not fine. If you just want to fucking sit around all day by yourself, then fucking do you, dog. But if you got a woman to take care of and shit, like, you either have to, like, get your shit together or be okay with your woman fucking other dudes. Take your pick.
Hilarious. Been there, done that. When I was young.
Before we wrap up, let's do our shout-outs. Let's show some love. You go ahead and go first. Who you shouting out today?
Oh, man, I wasn't prepared for this.
I'll go first. No problem. I'll let you think about it.
Go ahead.
Slightly controversial for some, maybe. But through all this Jimmy Butler trade, there's been a lot of shit talking on Pat Riley. And I want to give a shout-out to Pat Riley for sticking to his guns and standing on business and not letting his players run the show. Because when players run the show, they run the motherfucking show into the ground every time. These players do not know what they're doing. They don't know how to run teams. if you let your player run a team, you're going to end up in a LeBron situation where he gets his fucking homies on the roster and gets them overpaid and fucks up your payroll and your roster and doesn't allow you to get better.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
he's going to get you a player on the team who doesn't fit. Like the Russell Westbrook situation with LeBron. Like, I love Russ. Didn't fit. So shout out to Pat Riley. You know, people can say he's a grumpy old man. He's out of touch. He's this, he's that. But, you know, everyone has a job to do, and the players do their jobs, and Pat Riley does his job. Now, granted, if you have a bad GM, then, you know, throw a fit and do your thing. But Pat Riley has proven time and time again that he pretty well knows what he's doing.
Correct.
So shout out to Pat Riley for standing on business and sticking to your guns and doing you and not caving to the pressure of all the bullshit that goes along with the NBA locker room.
Correct. You know, I was thinking about it. I guess I'm going to shout out, and I normally would never do this, but I'm going to shout out Cowboys fans.
I like this. I've been saying for years, they're the best fans in sports by far, especially the NFL.
I'd like to give you guys a round of applause for not having a mass suicide pack over the Brian Schottenheimer hire. I think you know, I got to shout y'all out. Cause let me tell you right now. I'm a Rams fan, and whenever they talked about bringing back Jeff Fisher, I was done. I was like Eric Dickerson.
Me too.
Eric Dickerson.
I'm not a fucking Rams fan anymore if we bring this motherfucker back here. I was
Until
the first
they
one
fire
off.
this
like,
motherfucker, I'm out. I don't care. I don't care what we do. I don't care if he takes us to the Super Bowl because I know he's going to blow it. I know he's going to fucking fuck it up somehow. So, shout out Cowboys fans for not having a mass suicide over the Brian Schottenheimer pick. I can honestly say that you guys have rode with them longer than I would, because if I was a Cowboys fan, I would not be a Cowboys fan until...
I'd be done with this Jerry Jones shit, dog.
Until Jerry dies. Until Jerry dies. Nope.
One thing about it, though, like, I actually probably wouldn't be out. Like, the thing that I always base it off of for, like, being a sports fan is, like, if my team is actively trying to win, they just are idiots and can't figure it out, I'm not mad at that. It's the teams that don't try. It's the teams that are just in it to make money and want to finish, like, good enough to make the playoffs, but that's
Cowboys
it.
don't try. They don't try. They fake try.
The Cowboys fake try. Just don't know what he's doing.
He doesn't try. If your biggest concern is how this looks in the tabloids, and if people talk about me when I do it, you're not trying to win.
Yeah.
You're trying. While
we're shouting out Cowboys fans, though, I want to say I got mad love for Cowboys fans because every year they fucking lose. And even if they make the playoffs, they lose in the first round every year. And I've never once heard a Cowboys fan blame the refs or say the game was rigged or anybody cheated. None of that stupid shit we have to listen to every other fan say. Every single time, they're either mad at Jerry Jones, mad at Dak Prescott, mad at whoever. Like, they place the blame where it needs to be placed, and they're not out here bullshitting. So shout out to Cowboys fans for keeping it real and holding their team accountable.
The only time I've ever heard Cowboys fans cry about refs was when Des Bryant caught that fucking ball.
That was a fucking catch.
You caught that fucking ball.
That's the only time, and that was
valid. That's a fucking catch. People can talk.
Catch.
I don't give a fuck what the rule says. That's a fucking catch.
He fucking caught that shit.
He caught that fucking ball. But anyway.
So yeah, shout out to Cowboys fans for keeping it real and holding their team accountable.
You'll never hear it come out of my mouth again, dog, but I got to give y'all a little bit of respect, man, because I'd be off the train after that Brian Schottenheimer hire. I'd fucking see ya.
I ain't mad at that. All right, that's our time. We went over longer than we wanted to go to. We'll be back soon talking more sports and nonsense and probably racist stuff too. So thanks for rocking with us.
Peace.